Okay, folks, Babbage here. We're currently hanging out in Milton. I think we're getting ready to do some more exploring.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Hey folks, I'm Babbage. I stream Long Dark. Used to stream pretty much every night, but these days, well, school semester started back up again. I'm in the middle of graduate school, so I'm back down to 3 nights a week, I think. So you'll find me here on Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and usually Saturday nights, and occasionally, if I can swing it, a Monday night, but not guaranteed. Yeah. How's everyone doing? Let's see here. Need bring this in a little bit more. There we go. Now I can see what is here. So yeah, the last few times we've been having problems with raids, and I finally figured out what was going on. So look at all these buddies. Hey buddy, hey buddy. Good. Yeah. But yeah, so it turns out that OBS, Twitch, and my VPN don't like working together. Yeah. But it's okay. It's okay. So we gotta figure it out so I can actually change stream info, raid, do all the other fun stuff. Carrots. Mysterious naps intensify. Yeah, so I solved the raid issue, so we should be able to raid out as we used to be able to raid out at the end of the stream. Oh, there's our key. But yeah, it turned out to be a weird interaction between the VPN that I was using, my OBS, and Twitch. So I'm pretty much not using the VPN for these streams. It's a weird situation. Basically, I found that certain, even though they say there's no throttling, it seems like my internet service provider does throttle certain sites. It seems unusually slow, and Google, like in Gmail, sometimes feels a little slow. Yeah. So, first week into the second week of school, had a good conversation with, so I'm doing something called a professional experience, which basically means that I am working on a project under the guidance of one of the other librarians in the university library, and we're gathering information and eventually building a resource, or like building, how can I put this? We're studying the current usage and needs of people who teach content related to speculative fiction. So anyone that's teaching, paranormal, sci-fi, fantasy.
I'll take it.
And what are their needs in terms of what the university has to offer in the library system, and what are things that are currently missing that they need, as well as it looks like I might actually get a chance to do some additional, possibly get to do some additional programming, because there's through the course reserves that would be useful to have set up already, so they're not doing questionable things, or they're not relying on a third-party site that is not, that might disappear in the next week or two. The real mystery is how Astrid was able to survive this long. Yeah, that is the real mystery. Okay, so probably should cook some stuff. I didn't realize we were all out of sticks from our climb. Should
I can barely walk with this much gear.
throw some books on the fire. Good librarian thing to do, right? Throw some books on the fire. Okay, so what do we have here? We definitely could use more torches. Maybe we should put the potatoes down. Oh, what do we see up here? So yeah, how was your day? What were you up to, Roller? I had a quiet but busy day working from home. Though mainly our team is building out a new website for our team, and having to work within the university ecosystem of, they have a very restricted WordPress installation, limited themes, and a lot of things they control in terms of which plugins you can use. And so we were given permission to use a particular plugin, which I then had to learn how to use. It's kind of a more sophisticated way of managing and filtering posts and pages for a showcase element that we're putting together. So anyways, I had to prototype that and troubleshoot some of the things around it. So got that working. It really didn't take that much time. Yeah. Ooh. Then this evening, usually I do the cooking, but this evening my roommate decided to cook, so it was nice to have a break. So I had, let's see, pasta with a mushrooms.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Session works so you can share juicy fruits when it's done. Yeah. Let's see, where are we at with that right now? Lots of silliness, basically. This is a recurring theme in a lot of the campaigns I run. So, let's see. Had our online game back on... What was it? Sunday night was online game. In-person game is coming up on Friday. And,
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
where did I throw those leather gloves? Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do some repairs. Yeah, let's see if I can pull up something here on... or have some sort of bird connection. Like there's a kenku and an aarakocra, as well as a fairy and an azamar. And then there's a half-elf cleric who is a grandmother who is actually an assassin. No, she's not an assassin. She's a cleric of the grave. Yeah, and worships a death god. So yeah, just your average goth grandma. And yeah, so we ended up spending a lot of that session dealing with what everyone's now realized is my favorite NPC, Discount Pete, who runs. He's the fence that he's the world's most obvious fence in the middle of this big gigantic city, and he's a tolerated thing in the community because he offers really good deals on very questionable items, as well as things with dubious provenance. You know, who knows where they originally came from, as well as magical items of a wand of fireball. He has a wand of furball. You know, a bag of holding. Really, that's all it does is it holds stuff. Or you know, they went in and it ended up being a no combat night, which was fine. So, yeah, every so often you have a no combat night, but it's okay. That's if everyone's having fun, you know, then you really don't need to have constant combat. So. There's actually no bards in the party. There is someone. The Aarakocra is adopted, raised by a halfling couple that runs a theater in town. But she was never able to get a major role because there are just no roles written for Aarakocra, and she felt very, very slighted by that whole process. Even though her parents wanted her to succeed, they just couldn't figure out how to use her on the stage. So it's kind of a sore spot. But yeah, and she ended up becoming often, you know. And then the Kenku is a sorcerer. Yeah. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with that. But the other campaign, I'll give more updates on Saturday. Because Saturday's like my plan is to stream Saturdays, but we will see. One of the interesting, I won't say challenges, but wrinkles in sort of my streaming schedule is the fact that you know, before, when I lived on campus, my roommates and I were fairly independent people that didn't do a lot of stuff together. We were fine. It was like a good relationship with them, but we didn't really do a lot of stuff. And my current roommate is new to the country, and so and new to the city, and so we tend to like take advantage. We just watched that episode, Prof. The heat wave one. We're actually, I think we're going to be watching. Next one we watch will probably be season 2, episode 3. I think is where we're at. Where are some shoes I can tear up? Yeah.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
So I was saying earlier that I am probably moving to a 3-night-a-week stream schedule for this semester, just because. Oh, sort of balancing, you know, 2 nights of D&D. And then I have one day, like tomorrow is, I think I'm just not in the mood to stream, so I will take it easy. I think the chance of me doing some afternoon streams really depends on if I have a stretch of time where I don't have any pressing work needs and I can figure out a way to spin my working on the game as research and development time for myself, right? So am I doing something new, that I'm learning something that could be applied to some other aspect of digital scholarship or digital humanities? And like the work I'm doing, like in my spare time when I'm not busy, I've been using this rewriting of a Python game that we built for my intro to Python class that I took over the summer. That exercise is really sort of a chance to really stretch my Python skills. I've been working with the Pygame library, which I didn't use when I was working on the project. So like now I'm creating a video. Let's just eat all our cans here. But yeah, once I'm debating whether I should just not get hung up on doing the full rewrite of the game and instead get it so you can play the game as it currently exists, but now with the graphical interface. As imperfect as some of the implementation is, I mean, it works. It works as is. And then, once I have that working, go back and then rethink, how I would do some parts of it differently. So some things I thought I would do differently, I started working on, and then I realized, ooh, if I start... I was going to try to sleep in a cardboard box, but it won't let me. Okay.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
No, we really can't go anywhere now. Cabin fever risk. Let's leave that here. Only valid if you live in a park. Yeah. Still very cold on the inside of this one. I could stand out here. Okay. Let's roll full on here. Let's see if that helps. Yeah. Great Bear needs a park. Like an amusement park? Now that would be wild. A library. Store all the magazines. Huh? I mean, a ski resort, a failed one, you know, would definitely make sense. I mean, we do have the ski. What's that location? The climb down spot from Milton. But it's not like an actual ski run. Cliff dives and desolation.